This one. So give it everything for Billy, please! Yeah! Here he is.
Of human beings, fear me or I will turn into a cloud of bats and ruin your barbecue. Good evening, Lions Den. How are we doing tonight? We having fun or what?
Hey!
Good stuff, good stuff. Right, let's kick off. I've been practicing witchcraft lately. Just the other day, I turned a lamp into a slightly cheaper lamp. It's a star, it's a star. Sometimes I use my witchcraft for evil. The other day, my cousin was eating a yoghurt. Halfway through, I cast a spell on him, made it taste of beef. He was sick as a dog, and I stole his watch. It's a star, it's a star. Sometimes I even use my witchcraft during sex. I remember I was having some with a lady and I tried to clone her for a magic mirror three-way, but I fucked up the incantation and turned her into Tim Curry. The worst part is I finished inside of him. It's a star! It's a star! Right, moving along. I suffer from a rare form of OCD known as unwanted thought syndrome. And what this means is I'm constantly bombarded with vivid and intrusive visual images. I'll give you an example. Whenever I'm doing stand-up comedy, I always picture half my audience as being naked and the other half of them as being dead. And if you're wondering which side of that you belong to, don't worry, I'll tell you now. Naked, dead, naked, dead, naked, dead, dead, naked, dead, naked, dead, naked. Usually works better with more people, but we persevere, come on. Right. I'm going to read you a poem now, and you there, madam. I've got a poem about a dog, and I've got a poem about a tree, so I'd like you to choose. Which one would you like to hear?
Dog.
Dog, excellent choice, alright. This is a poem about my childhood dog. Fuck you, Benny! I wanted a puppy, but you're old. Your leg looks like it's rotten and smells weird. You pissed on my friend at my birthday party. The next day he beat me up. I blamed you, and I was glad when you got cancer. I didn't know dogs could get cancer, but you did, and then we got a better dog, and I gave him your collar and everything. Hope you're having fun in dog hell. No words on this page, by the way. No words on this page. Right. Now I'm going to interpret some classic fairy tales. Classic fairy tale interpretation begins now. Right, Little Red Riding Hood. That's about rape, innit? Obvious. Don't walk about in dodgy areas alone, else the wolf might rape you. Sorted. Next one. Boy cried wolf. Boy cries wolf. Don't cry wolf, else the wolf might rape you. Sorted. Next one. Hansel and Gretel, greedy youth burgle elderly confectioner. The truth is lost in the retelling of history. What have we learned? Don't trust overweight children. Sorted. Next one. Three Little Pigs. Three porcine architects involve an oblivious wolf into an architectural experiment to assess the integrity of various building materials. He ends up dead as a result. Wolves aren't always bad, and we learn about the follies of prejudice. Sorted. Next one. Little Engine That Could. I don't know this one, I don't consider it worth my time because it's American and we all know how thick they can be. End of fairy tale interpretation session. That bit's over now. Sorted. Next bit. Give me a moment. Anyway, right. This is a list of famous robots I hate and why. C-3PO, too effeminate. Robocop, not effeminate enough. Optimus Prime, too conspicuous. Trucks don't come in those colours. Wall-E, boring. The Tin Man, frightening. Terminator robot, gay. I'm not homophobe, I just don't think robots should be gay. I'm not going to tell you why, and you can't make me. End of the list of famous robots I hate and why. Now, it's time for a bit of audience participation. People like that, makes them feel included. So, tell me, who here is single? I know you are, I brought you. Who here is single? Just you, okay, well, who here is single and loving it?
Yeah!
Oh well, who here is single and spends every day slowly drowning in an ocean of loneliness, viewing the world through a dull, impenetrable haze, occasionally engaging in pointless distractions like going to the cinema alone, all the while trying to rationalise to yourself that you've gone to the cinema alone, staring at the happy couple in front that are laughing and smiling, not so much at the content of the film but laughing at you, the joyless goblin vicariously feeding from the collective pool of intimacy and warmth that seems so close and yet so far away. Well, we'll see who's laughing when I follow them out to the car park, eagerly fingering the hilt of the serrated butt knife that I keep in my coat pocket, waiting for the glorious moment to present itself, where I can strike and add one or two more brush strokes to my dark masterpiece. See what else feels like that?
Yeah!
Glad it's not just me. Good stuff. Right, now, I'd like to tell you a story. The other day, I was making a fryer. My brother started complaining at me. He said, "You can't like tomato. It isn't a proper fryer without fried tomato." I said, "Fuck you! I hate fried tomato. It's a nonsensical food. Tomatoes are meant to be fresh, plump and juicy, not fried. Frying a tomato makes about as much sense as having a doctor who's a ghost." And yes, I know that's a brilliant idea for a TV series. Don't try and rip me off. I've already written the theme song. I'm 10 steps ahead of you. Ghost doctor, living in Tokyo, can't hold a needle because he's made out of ghost. He's a ghost doctor, living in Tokyo with a talking dog psychic by the name of Luan. Gosh, Ghost Doctor, we really need to get some money together so we can move back home to Shropshire. I hate it in Tokyo. Yes, Luan, that is a problem, but you see, it's very difficult to establish a practice in a country where you don't speak the language, and also when you're a ghost. I can't even so much as pick up my clipboard. Neither can you, actually, as you lack thumbs. Good point. Ghost Doctor! Living in Tokyo, can't hold a needle because he's made out of ghost. Oh, he's a ghost doctor. Living in Tokyo. Tune in next week if you dare, motherfucker. Before I leave you, I'd like to talk to you about nans. You see, a lot of comedians tell jokes about their nans. There's a lot of nan humour on the circuit, and I want to get involved. I want to tell nan jokes too. But I don't feel like I can because one of my nans has been dead for nearly half my life, and my other nan, my nan on my mother's side, was a logistics technician for the Nazis in World War II. So neither of my nans are good subjects for humour, and so instead I've decided to talk about the nan I never had. This piece is called My Third Nan. My third nan is adorable. She says the most inappropriate things at meals. I'll say, "Pass the potatoes, please, Nan." She says, "Immigrants are ruining this country." I'll say, "Oh, Nan, don't say that." Then she cackles and gobs and pulls out a glass eye and takes a deep drag and blows the smoke out through the black floppy socket on her face, and then pops Barney with a salad bomb and starts exposing herself to the rest of us. Oh, how we laugh! My third nan loves Christmas. You should have seen her last year. I said, "Do you want to pull a cracker with me, Nan?" She said, "Fuck off, queer." So later that night, I thought I'd mess with her. I unwrapped all the Quality Street and rewrapped them in the wrong wrappers. She reached for what she thought was a toffee deluxe and bit into an orange cream. She's loved practical jokes ever since my granddad hung himself. Oh, how we laughed! My third nan loves her cats. So I remember when I was 7, I tried to stroke one of them and she beat me with a whisk until my shoulders were bloody. Oh, how we laughed! My third nan is clearly mentally ill and should be allowed to endure her dementia in peace. Leave my third nan alone. I've been Billy Breeze, you guys have been great. Thank you.